I'm Terry Covey. I'm 67-year-old. 68-year-old, sorry, 69 this year. I'm retired. When I retired, I wanted something to occupy my mind. I was going out cycling now and again, but I wanted to advance me and do something for somebody else, you know. So I volunteered for this place and I've been here nearly 12 months.
My name's Adrian, and I've been working here as a volunteer. When I first started as a volunteer, just wheel building, because that's what a skill that I had, and I just had one day off a week from looking after my kids. So I just thought I could come down here one day a week and get a bit of time out, and I've been doing it for about 2 years. And then a job came up for the coordinator to actually coordinate the whole thing, which I thought, well, hang on a minute, I can really do something with this. So I took that job 7-8 months ago, and I've been doing it since then. So that's coordinating all the volunteers, getting all the bikes flowing into the shop and flowing out of the shop.
My name is Frank Tilbury. I heard about this place through friends, but I don't have bikes before that I have. But I got electric problems I have.
I'm Christian, and I arrived in UK 2.5, nearly 3 years ago. Was browsing for a used bike, and I found at the internet this shop, and and in this case I realized they are looking also for a volunteer, or for the volunteers, and I thought, yeah, that's a good decision to make a different thing what I did in my real life. In my real life, I'm a nurse for mental disease, and it's completely different, and it's a good experience now.
They said, would you like to work one day a week for us and just make bikes up on a Thursday? So that's how I initially started. And I suppose you've got to prove yourself. So I think I did that for about 5 months. Every Thursday I got paid for it. Just made double checking bikes.
I used to come down with my bits for my bike, and I got on talking to Michael and the lads in the shop, and they said, why don't you volunteer? I says, I could put a couple of days a weekend. So I come in on a Saturday and a Monday, but I love it now, you know.
When we first arrived, we were only using one of the arches, the one next door, and there was somebody had a spanner, somebody had a wheel lever, and there were a pile of tyres in the corner.
And it's picked up from there. I've been doing bikes, I was 13. Bikes, doing them up and all that a lot. And these helped us out to get a certificate. Because I've got lecture problems. I have no rewriting skills. And they put us through it. And gave us help with it to pass the certificate.
My idea was, okay, a little bit, train a little bit the tricks of a mechanics, and they gave me the chance to make a real mechanic license, and it's more than I expected, and it's a very good, friendly team, lovely people, and it's more that. We talk about bikes. It's a little bit more. You sit outside if you have lunch, and it's a brilliant group here. I think I definitely, when I'm back in Germany, I will miss this place.
That's the beauty about it. It's like working as a family. The aim is to recycle the bikes, but we'll try and put ourselves as a family. We all work together. If one sees somebody struggle, they'll go over and give them a hand, like this team. They're a good bunch of lads.
We get on with each other. The volunteers, I know a lot what's outside. We get on with each other. They know what circumstances I am being writing. When out filled in, out like that, they fill in for us.
I won't say I've learnt a massive amount, but I've certainly learnt. Certainly can do more on bikes than I could when I joined.
And I've talked to a lot of people over the years. They almost feel they want to help. They really, really want to help. They want to help in whatever way they can. They want help by giving bikes, by giving spare parts, by sending people here, by encouraging people to buy bikes. They buy bikes themselves. They bring bikes they've bought back, give them to us after we've sold them to them. So
because maybe with bad electrical problems on, most suppliers now don't take people on. It's stupid. It's stupid, like, and they should give you a chance. I put up for jobs, loads of CVs out, and all that, a lot. I've been on placements. Red Pie, finished off at Tea Valley. I was working with people with electric problems, also disabled problems in there, and I was helping them. And got straight in it. There was no jobs out of it.
You learn a little bit more about a real life. You are closer than you are in tourist or in a normal work, and you are a little bit stressed. And my dream was the last years in Berlin as well, to work for nothing in a bike shop. But sometimes it's a little bit problematic with the endurance and all the stuff. It's not so easy to make it. You can make it private, but not in a real shop. But the idea was to work in a real shop and then learn a little bit the tricks. And it's an absolute brilliant situation here. In Berlin without a bike, it's like you are naked. I couldn't survive. And when we arrived 3 years ago, the first what I missed was a bike. But it was completely different to cycle here. It's completely hilly, and in the north of Germany, it's absolutely flat. But I enjoy it, and it's brilliant. And that's why it was a good chance to improve more the mechanic.
There have been initiatives too about teaching people to ride after they've not ridden for some time, particularly with women that have decided to come back to cycling, and we've had courses on. We've also helped asylum seekers with provision for transport, which has enabled them to get around, to look for jobs and go to meetings and things when they haven't been able to afford the bus and so on. So there are lots of areas that we've tried to encourage understanding about bikes and understanding about cycling. And it has, I think, been pretty positive. It's not only about mending bikes; it's about engaging people.
And it's just learning. I think sort of learning any sort of skill, no matter how basic, gives a little bit of confidence, isn't it? A bit of self-esteem. Oh, I can do something that I couldn't do before. And maybe if an individual has found it hard to pick up those skills, just learning something does help them progress to something else in the future. Gives them a bit of belief in themselves, maybe. It really is quite simple. I do love my days at Recyke.
This is one of the reasons I took the job, because it's a social enterprise. The bike's a vessel to actually address the issue in every aspect. Even when you get people coming into the shop who don't know what they're talking about, to be quite honest, that's what we're here for. Whereas I say, look, don't worry, we'll sort it. And as with the people in the shop, in the workshops, most of them don't actually know how to hold a spanner, to be quite honest, and that's no fault of their own. It's a privilege for me to actually teach them, and you see them grow after that and just get on in confidence and grow and talk. And I mean, we've got young guys with autism and stuff like that who never spoke beforehand, and they've really come out of the shells, and they're quite young, but they've got the workshop mentality, and they get on with everybody. So their skills are all growing. Everybody's skills are growing every week.
Because most of the schemes I've been on with the dual are a waste of time. They're just waste of time. How you on?
I think it's for some people it's like a virus. If you like bikes and you can and you could earn money with repairing bikes and find a solution of problems, then it's a good place. And for the volunteers, I would say some people are, for example, are unemployed, and it's a good training, learn new skills. It's better also for your CV, and for other people are, I think, bike enthusiasts, and it's quite interesting to meet people. They have a complete different background. It's the main thing are the bikes, but it's a little bit more than only bikes, I think. Yeah.
I feel a lot better in myself. I feel that I'm giving, and I get back tenfold. Ever since I've been here, people have always been accommodating and welcoming, and I think that rubs off on all of us. But to pinpoint one thing, I think it's camaraderie. We're all like bikes. I think that's it at the end of the day. As I say, it's that vessel that brings a lot of people together from all walks of life. It's the bike, especially in this area as well. The bike.